As my Minnesota Vikings got their win in Week 6 this week, had 5-1 in the NFC North, first place, blah 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 blah. I was happy. Had a good weekend. Did some pheasant hunting up here in South Dakota. Kicked off the residential weekend. I was very fantastic. Spent time with family even. But for my Raiders, it's a completely different story. You're sitting at 1-4, bottom of the AFC West here. Despite the fact that the Chiefs just dropped one to the Bills, and currently, by the way, a little bit of a caveat here. Obviously this is filmed before Monday, so obviously we've got some matchups coming up here on Monday Night Football that are going to be very interesting. But you have the Broncos, you have the Chargers, who in my mind, this is going to be a lot more interesting than a lot of people think. So the Chiefs, like I said, just dropped one. Also, like I said, there's a lot going on with tonight's football game. So a lot of action. But what really needs to happen for the Raiders to get back on track? What really needs to happen for them to be able to get back to what they know that we know that they can do? Excuse me. I think it's very simple. You got to blow out the Houston Texans. I'm talking 40-3, 47-3. I mean, the Texans, if the Texans score a touchdown this week against the Raiders, everybody should be running until the sun comes up on Tuesday. Like the next day, everybody shows up to practice on Tuesday. Everybody runs till the very next day on Wednesday or whatever it is. Because, yes, I understand the fact that the Texans are an NFL playoff team in their own right, and they are actually up and coming. They've got a lot of good players on that roster, including Davis Mills, who I think is going to be a lot better than a lot of people think. But with what the Raiders want to do in the AFC West right now, and particularly with where they're heading, this needs to be such a blowout that it's not even funny. The Raiders need to come into the facility very angry with how things have went. Yes, I understand you're 1-4, but it's really the totality of the fact that your team's most promising thing has not stepped up to near what it could be. Yes, we saw glimpses, like we made a video about it the other day. We saw glimpses of how good this offense could be for the Raiders. But you are still in a position where we have not seen the totality of this thing just blow up. We have not seen the full, hot-headed Raiders offense do its thing yet. And it's frustrating because it's even more frustrating when you have, it's frustrating, when you have a team that has all this talent. It's even more frustrating when you have all this talent and when you have a lot of talent and it doesn't do anything. Like, no talent, not frustrating. Ton of talent, not doing anything, very frustrating. Because the Raiders, especially with Devontae Adams and Darren Waller, it just needs to get so much better. And I think that it will. So as the Raiders get ready to take on the Texans, listen, I know at the end of the day, the Texans are also an NFL team. But if we want to go back to overtaking the AFC West, especially after the Chiefs just dropped this one, I don't know how it's going to go with the Broncos this week. I think that is going to be a very interesting matchup, especially on Monday Night Football, between them and the Chargers. Really, if I'm being picky, I would hope that the Broncos win this one, just from a standings side of things. But I don't know. I just think that, the AFC West is already taking shape, and you want the Broncos to win tomorrow night. I understand that. But if the Raiders want to get back on track, you can only control what you can control at this certain moment in time. So that means that the Raiders need to completely blow out the Texans. It doesn't matter. They should not score an NFL touchdown. They should not score at all. Really, if it were up to me, it would be 47-0. Not the typical take out your JV. I want to leave the whole offense in. I don't care. We're scoring 8 touchdowns this game against the Houston Texans, because I think that's the confidence, at least from a confidence side of things. That's exactly what the Raiders need to do to really show the NFL what this could be. But let us know what you guys think as we get ready for the 7th week of the NFL season. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthful, awesome. We love every single one of you. Down in the description below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. So give us a like and a follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsvp@yahoo.com or put it in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about the Las Vegas Raiders needing to blow out the Houston Texans.